All right, so now that the UFC 6 beta is over, we played it for like, I think it was 3, 4 days, right? I can officially tell you how I feel. Now, first day for me, I was like, this is the same exact game, right? I'm not too big of a fan of the filter that's on there to make it feel more like cinematic, mostly because I kind of want to play a game that feels like it's a simulation of the UFC. Like we're playing like real broadcast, and that is not that look that we get. That's like they left the look. You know how when fighters come out in the UFC, and the lights are off and it looks very cinematic. It feels like during the fight they never turned those lights back on. It's like it still looks like the walkout uh, arena filter. I'm not too big of a fan of that. I get what they were trying to do. They're trying to make the game look better, but it just looks like the lights weren't turned on. I've been to many UFC events, and I've seen many UFC events, just as many as you guys have. It doesn't look like that. I can get over that. The ground game exactly the same. There's some new like animations here and there that um, really don't do anything. They feel I was hoping they would bring back a better version of their ragdoll knockouts, but that didn't happen. Um, so yeah, that was the first day for me. I was like, feels the same. Something weird happened though. I kept playing. I kept playing. Um, and they only give us a couple fighters to pick. So I'd always pick random, and I'd get Alex a lot. Sometimes I got um, Rob Whitaker. Most of the time I got him, and then I would get Venom Page as well. Um, and I started playing the game more and more and more, and I started to notice that I actually was enjoying fighting with different fighters, and everybody was picking Alex, right? And I was trying to figure because he's kind of OP right now, like way too powerful. But it is what it is. I was had to figure out how to beat him, and sometimes I was Whitaker, and I would try to get inside, and it did feel different than UFC 5. I'm not gonna lie, it felt different. The strategy to get inside, the dodging, um, the counters. The counters felt like they're not like I don't know how to explain it, but the counters felt like it's not just that dodge back counter where if you catch them they're getting knocked out. The counters feel like they can come from anywhere. Body, it just whoever makes a mistake first. One thing I think this game's gonna have is if you're good, you're gonna have to need a strategy way more. It's gonna be literally creating that as the fight goes on. I enjoyed that. Um, I really enjoyed fighting with Venom Page. He was lethal fighting on the outside with him. And I could hang with Alex Pereira, the players that picked him when I was Venom, because you can weave in and out really quick. There are some problems with the stamina. There are issues that they have to fix in the game. The game is not like perfect at all. Um, and here's the thing: the beta fighters that they gave us had unique styles. I love that. I love that Alex Pereira finally throws his leg kick the way he does in real life. Right? Everyone doesn't have the same leg kick or jab. I like that. The only thing is that I'm afraid we're not going to get that. I don't expect it for every single fighter. There's going to be a lot of fighters in this game. But I don't know if we're going to get that for the ones that we need. Like, we need that for certain fighters. And there's a couple of them, not just Dominic Cruz. It's not just Sean Strickland. It's not just the ones they gave us in the beta. We need Jose Aldo, Conor McGregor. We need Dustin Poirier. We need those fighting styles, those gritty. You know what I'm talking about. Um, we need fighter likeness for a lot of at least the bigger name fighters. Max Holloway, A lot of the people that we know, that the bigger fighters, we need to be able to fight the way they fight. I mean, Alex Pereira's leg kick in the game is beautiful. You could barely see it coming because he throws it so low, barely any effort. It's great. And I think that they should add more of that. I wish in the beta they would have let us play with Sean Strickland, with the Philly show, bro. Please, I really hope they get him right. I know they had him in UFC 5, but it was barely, like, there's no, it's not that good. Anyway, um, and yeah, this is not really a technical review. Like, there are a lot of technical reviews. I'm giving you my personal opinion on what I thought. The look of the game, it looks good, but I think they're doing too much with the filter. And then for the replays, it feels like the filter turns off too, which is very odd. Um, Commentary's okay. I really didn't pay attention too much to the commentary. I know there's some new commentary in there. Knockouts feel pretty good. You know what I do like is the punches feel like you're hitting a sack of meat, like almost like body. Like they don't feel like they get all the way through. It feels like you could hit a shoulder or it just, I don't know how to explain it, but it feels good. Um, Knockouts are okay. I did see not an animation of a knockout where someone was blocking. I punched him with a right counter, and he was, as he was falling down, he was still holding his block, and I thought, wow, that's cool. Um, but the knockout animations could be better. There is a seated cage position, like I mentioned, but you could barely do any work in there. I think it's just there for mainly show. I don't think you could really do some work in there unless, for me, I didn't know how to stay in that position and work from there. What else? Uh, it looks like career mode is going to be good, but we don't know. I can't really comment on that. Um, Overall, what I wanted to say is that the more I played the beta, the more I imagined that, hey, this could actually be fun if they gave us a lot of fighter likeness and they fix the little issues that need to be fixed. It could be fun. It could be fun if they add pride mode down the line. It could be fun if we can do those matchups. Um, all those things could be great. The game has potential of actually being better than UFC 5. I'm not gonna, and I can't believe I'm saying this. And this is not, it's not because it's like great or some big thing. Honestly, if you're a fan, you know a little change gets us excited. Now, am I gonna pre-order the thing? Probably not. Okay, I'm probably not gonna do that. I need to wait this out and see how things play out. Um, but a small change like fighter, which is a big change actually, fighter likeness. I can't even go back and play UFC 5 because it felt so good playing the beta. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that this is going to be the best UFC game ever made by EA Sports. We would have to wait and see. The beta was fun to play after a couple times and figuring out how to play with the different fighters, but I'm not sold yet. I'm not sold yet. I'm not hopping on the train of, hey, pre-order, buy. I'm not saying that yet. I hope that they put out one more beta with a few more fighters, let more people play, and then we can really get the feel of it. And also um, let us play the computer. Let us practice and learn. We were thrown in the wolves and the buttons changed. So it's like, it is what it is. But yeah, hopefully they do it one more before the game drops, and then we can really make a judgment on what this is. But if I'm leaning towards, yeah, what I saw was pretty good. And when you go back to play UFC 5 after playing the beta, you're like, holy shit, you can't do it. So I'm taking that game out of the library, and I'm gonna patiently wait and see what happens with UFC 6. That's my review of the beta. There's a lot of reviews out there, but I'm not getting too technical. I'm just letting you know what I thought. And again, take that with a grain of salt. Let me know what you thought if you got to play, if you saw footage or whatever you did see. Let me know what you think. A lot of people say the game is ass. And, I was one of those people. I played the game and I felt like this is the same exact game, because it did feel that way. But again, as I played more and more and more and used strategy and fought like Alex, fought like Venom Page, fought like Robert Whitaker, then I started saying, hey, this is actually fun. I was having fun. It's insane to admit, but I had fun. Anyway, yeah, that's my review. And yeah, let me know what you think if you got to play it.